And good morning. I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News, coming to you again with Cuyahoga's Most Wanted. Every week we feature fugitives who are on our street. They're facing very serious charges, innocent until proven guilty, but they need to be in front of a judge instead of on our streets. Every week we welcome in Detective Red Dyer with the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Department. Detective, how are you?
Excellent, Dan. Enjoying this warm weather. How about yourself?
Not too shabby. Red, let's talk about why we have this partnership. Why every week does the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Department, Crime Stoppers of Cuyahoga County, why do we partner up with Channel 19?
Well, Dan, as we discuss every week, Crime Stoppers recognizes the value in the eyes and ears of our community. This program works. It builds community trust. It gives people the opportunity to clean up their neighborhoods, get justice for these victims while remaining completely anonymous. And it also opens up the possibility for a potential reward, which we'll get into a little later.
And I love every week that you bring up the victims that are looking for justice. These are people who they know that these individuals, whether they're facing charges, whether they're breaking probation, they are out on our street and they're being victimized all over again. Let's get to our first case, Red. Let's talk about Tena Chancellor. What do we know?
Well, Dan, Miss Chancellor may be known on the streets as Tena Hooper. In July of 2023, Tena pled guilty to burglary, domestic violence, and attempted assault on a police officer. According to reports, Tena kicked the door to the victim's house in, causing it to strike the victim in the head. The victim suffered a laceration to their head as a result of this incident. When police tried to detain her, she even bit an officer on their forearm, according to reports. She failed to appear for a probation violation hearing, and a warrant was issued for her arrest. She actually has a criminal history with the Sheriff's Department dating back to 2007. She's approximately 5 foot and 150 pounds and was last known to be staying in the 3000 block of East 130th Street in the city of Cleveland.
Very serious when you're facing charges for attacking an officer, whether you're kicking them, biting, spitting. Those are all things you can be charged with. Let's get to our second case, our second and final case this week, Riante West. What do we know?
Well, Dan, very serious situation here. Mr. West is wanted by the North Randall Police Department. Reports state in the early morning hours of April 19th, 2025, Riante was observed driving at a high rate of speed on Warrensville Center Road. A traffic stop was initiated, however, he failed to stop. Officers observed Riante throw a firearm out of the window of a vehicle. He then struck a vehicle from behind, causing injury to that driver, and then struck a pole, exited the vehicle, and fled on foot. He has a lengthy criminal history with the Sheriff's Department dating back to 2008. In fact, he was released from jail in 2021 after serving 9 years for aggravated robbery. He's currently on probation in that case. He's 5 foot and 145 pounds and was last known to be staying in the 9800 block of Dickens Ave in the city of Cleveland.
Very serious, and that's a really recent case there, April 19th, just a few weeks ago. And they want to find Riante West and get him off the street. Detective, people get nervous when we start talking about turning in people who are facing felony charges. They don't want their name associated. They don't want their name to end up in some case file that's going to end up in court, and these suspects, these fugitives, are going to find out, oh, it was this person who turned me in. That's why Crime Stoppers of Cuyahoga County works, because there is no name. Walk us through when people call this tip number, 216-252-7463. How does it work?
Well, Dan, as we discuss every week, we don't record the phone calls. We don't take down your name. We don't have caller ID. In fact, when you call us, we provide you with an anonymous tip number, so your information is never exchanged.
I like to say that anonymous tip number, sort of like a tracking number for your packages. You call back 45 days, 216-252-7463. You give them your tracking number, your personal number that they gave you, and see if your tip led to an arrest, and it could be worth some money. And we know that money can be a big motivator for people out there. Detective Red Dyer, when we start talking of reward money of up to $5,000, what do you like people to know?
That crime doesn't pay, but Crime Stoppers does.
Crime Stoppers does, and that's again why this program works. This is reward money for staying anonymous and at the same time cleaning up your streets. Detective Red Dyer, let's go get them.
It's been a pleasure.
All right, appreciate it. That's going to wrap up Most Wanted for this week. If we have any other breaking news, it'll be right here on our digital platforms. Until then, I'm Dan DeRosa with 19 News. Have a great day.